This is the second video of Section 5, which is called Managing JavaScript and CSS. In our last video, we learned how to work with layouts, which control UI elements that are common to multiple views. We learned early on in our course that YII uses the popular PHP package manager Composer to handle our application's dependencies. Front-end application developers typically use their own package manager. Bower is currently a popular front-end package manager. Before we installed the basic application template, we installed the Composer Bower Asset plugin, which allows us to install packages that are typically handled by Bower using Composer. In this video, we'll use the Composer Bower Asset plugin to install a new package and then learn how to use the YII Asset Manager component to include our new library in our application. Before we learn how to install a new package, let's take a look at the asset bundle that ships with YII's basic application template in order to try to understand how it works. If you remember from our last video, our main layout included a call to the register method of the AppAsset class. The AppAsset class extends from the YII Asset Bundle class, and the register method tells the asset bundle to attach itself to the current view component. Open up Assets appasset.php and look at what's happening. You'll see that we have one CSS file defined in the CSS property of the class. If you switch to the app and view source, you'll see that this line is responsible for adding site.css to a queue of scripts and style sheets to output in the head method of the view component. You'll also see that there are no scripts defined directly in the AppAsset class. However, we do have two classes referenced in the Depends attribute. The Depends attribute simply points to other asset bundle classes, which have their own sets of scripts and style sheets. We'll demonstrate the usefulness of this Depends attribute shortly. For now, you can simply see that the application uses the YII and Bootstrap assets, which we've already mentioned in previous videos. A quick look at these two assets, and then at the source, will clarify how YII knows what script and link tags to generate. Let's switch to a terminal window and install a new Bower package. The jQuery Lightbox plugin, which is used to generate modal dialogues, could prove useful for our dating application. Simply switch to the application root and type composer require, and then the package name, which in this case is hiq-dev/e2-asset-lightbox2. Wait for Composer to finish working its magic, and then switch back to your code editor. Browse to Vendor, hiq-dev, lightbox2, and you'll see the Composer has magically installed the Lightbox2 plugin for us. Now, in order to load this into our main layout, we could add a call to the register method of the Lightbox asset in our main layout, but it's easier to simply return to our AppAsset class and add the Lightbox asset class as a dependency. That means when the app asset is registered, it will automatically register our Lightbox asset as well as any of its dependencies. Open up our browser and view the source. We'll see a link tag, which loads lightbox.css in the head section, and a script tag, which loads lightbox.min.js right after the closing body tag. In this video, we learned how to use asset bundles to manage the front-end assets for our application. In the next video, we will take a look at the HTML helper, which helps generate HTML code using PHP methods.